Welcome back, guys, to the Search Show 24/7. We're about to get into episode 3 of ABC's Once Upon a Time, entitled Snowfall. So let's get into it. All right, so before we start, I'm going to let you know, I'm going to talk about the real world first and then talk about the storybook fairy tale part second. So let's get into it. All right, so in the real world, Henry tells Emma that the guy in the coma, who everybody calls John Doe because they don't know his name, he's supposed to be Prince Charming in the fairy tale world. So he's supposed to be Prince Charming. So he tells Emma and he tells Mary, who's supposed to be Snow White, he tells Mary that she needs to read the story to this guy in the coma so he can remember who he is and he can wake up from this coma. When Mary starts reading to this John Doe guy, he ends up kind of waking up. He ends up touching her hand, and so immediately, something's going on, or he must remember something because as soon as she starts reading this, he starts reacting to her voice.
He grabbed my hand. He's remembering.
Yes?
Something's happened.
So after Mary starts reading to this guy, he wakes up. She immediately goes to see Emma and Henry to tell them what happened and stuff. So, they want to see it. Henry wants to see what's going on. So they go right back to the hospital. But you know what? The John Doe guy, he's not even there. He's gone missing. And you got the evil queen, or the mayor, as in the real world, she's the mayor. The mayor's there, so something's going on. So it's a little fishy.
What happened to John Doe? Did someone take him?
We don't know yet. His IVs were ripped out, but there's no sign for sure there was a stroke.
What did you do?
You think I had something to do with this?
It is curious that the mayor is here.
I'm here because I'm his emergency contact.
You know him?
I found him on the side of the road years ago with no ID.
So after they go look at some security tapes, they end up figuring out that he left by himself, but he left searching for somebody. He left looking for somebody, and Henry tells Mary that, you know what, I think he went to go look for you because you're his one true love. Y'all are meant to be together. After you read that story, he woke up, and now he's looking for you. Now they find him. They find the John Doe guy in the woods in like a puddle of water and drowned basically. So Mary, she ends up giving him CPR, but CPR doesn't really work until after she kisses him on the mouth for the CPR, and he ends up waking up. But he still doesn't remember who he is, and they're all still trying to figure it out. So they take him back to the hospital where he has a wife. So he has a wife that out of nowhere the mayor found. So she's you know how she is. So we find out that Prince Charming's name in the real world is named David, and that his wife is in the fairy book world, in the fairy tale world, she was his fiance before he met Snow White. And you gotta feel bad for Snow White in the real world, or Mary in the real world, because you know what, she still can't get a man for nothing to save her life. So she's still lonely. So it was really sad. Right now in the fairy tale world, we get to find out how Prince Charming met Snow White, and it's a very interesting way on how they really met, and I thought it was very cool and very unique. The reason they met is basically Snow White stole some stuff from Prince Charming. Now, Prince Charming is strolling along with his fiance, who in the real world is his wife. He's strolling along, and you know what? Snow White steals his jewels, and he wants it back. He wants all that crap back, so he tells her, like, yo, I'm going to find you no matter what.
I told you I'd find you. No matter what you do, I will always find you.
Is this the only way you can catch a woman? By entrapping her?
It's the only way to catch thieving scum.
Aren't you a real Prince Charming?
All right, so Prince Charming, he ends up striking a deal with Snow White because he knows who she really is. He knows that she's wanted by the evil queen, and the evil queen really hates her because the evil queen thinks Snow White basically destroyed her life. So the evil queen wants her dead, and she wants her heart for real. And you know what? Prince Charming said, I won't turn your ass in to the queen if you go take me to the person you traded my jewels to, so I can get it back and give the ring to my fiance and stuff. So they strike up that deal, and they end up going to where these trolls are, and it's a great scene where she uses the pixie fairy dust that she has to save Prince Charming, and it turns them into like cockroaches, like these evil trolls and stuff. So I thought it was really good, and they end up getting what they want. She ends up getting the gold from Prince Charming. He ends up getting his jewels back, and they go their separate ways. Right, things I liked about this episode, I really like the fact that you could slowly start to see Mary, who's Snow White. You could slowly start to see that she's starting to believe this fairy tale world that Henry's told her about. So I really like that part because she she was kind of going along with it, but now after she met John Doe and he woke up and stuff, she's slowly starting to realize what's going on, or she's slowly starting to believe a little bit more. So that was always good. And in the fairy tale world, I really like the fact that Snow White, she's basically a badass. She's a thief. She's wanted, and she can fight. She can steal and all this other crap. So I really like that she's not this goody two shoes like in the Disney movies and stuff. She's a badass. So I really like that. All in all, it was a great episode. I can't wait for next week's episode because next week is basically revolves around Rumpelstiltskin, and that's my favorite character. So I really can't wait for that episode. But as always, please like this video, comment, subscribe, tell me what you thought. And this is the Search Show 24/7. Be easy.